reviewer. You review it, I review you. This is my partner, Mr. It. Today, we celebrate the holiday season with Linkara's first Christmas Quickies episode.
As you can see, this episode is not Slayer, the heavy metal Santa Claus, which I advertised in the State of the Wall post and at the end of last week's episode.
This is one of the reasons I don't schedule episodes in advance, or at least don't publicly announce said schedule. Me.
More or less, when I started looking at it for the review, the opening pages were rather uncomfortable. I don't want to get into what it was right now, but it had to do with a real-life, still horrible thing occurring in the world, and it kind of felt like the comic was making light of it for the sake of edgy, tasteless humor.
Due to my unending curiosity, I looked into it. Skip ahead about 10 seconds if you don't want to hear. Let's just say the comic opens with a priest and an altar boy. If you can't put two and two together, I envy you.
So let's dig into 3 short stories from the great treasury of Christmas comic book stories and see if I can milk this thing for a few years.
As long as you share said milk with Santa.
Our first story comes to us from Dell Comics.
I didn't realize the computer company was also a comic publisher.
The thing that sets this one apart is...
Linkara is the thing that sets this one apart?
Linkara, because you have broken your schedule so much this year, you are now going to be haunted by 3 ghosts!
Okay, in his defense, it's not like this was a conscious choice. This would be like if Scrooge barely had enough money to make ends meet and still getting mad at him for not giving to charity.
Oh! What the hell?!
We have done like 4 takes on A Christmas Carol by this point!
I'll be honest, I only really remember the one that we did a review of ages ago.
Just go away, or I'm busting out the Pokeballs and the ghost traps!
Fine, I'll go bother Quentin the reviews. At least he won't shoot me in the titty.
No, he will. It'll just take 10 hours to do it.
One of these days, I'll be able to do It's a Wonderful Life instead.
I don't know, you always make it abundantly clear how grateful you are for the life you live.
Or a Charlie Brown Christmas! No internet reviewers ever parody that!
Leader, make a note.
Oh, but this one does set itself apart. It's 10 pages! The spirits did it all in one night! Of course they did, it takes 5 minutes to read!
Does that mean we can break for lunch early?
But Scrooge has never painted out old Marley's name, and there it stands above the counting house door. Well, I mean, look at that thing. He removes the name, and it'd just be the word Scrooge shoved all the way to the left. It'd look like he started making the sign, and then gave up halfway through.
Or that he was too cheap to get a professional. Wouldn't surprise anyone.
But Marley's dead! If he was alive, this wouldn't be weird at all!
You don't know the shit Marley was into?
Fezziwig has the power to make them happy or unhappy. Fezziwig was like unto a god!
Have you seen the Robert Zemeckis version? Fezziwig could frickin' float! This isn't news!
Oh, that doesn't really excuse his huge friggin' hands.
We call him Huge Hands Han.
Poor Tiny Tim. Oh, Emily! The crutch! It's floating in the air on its own! Burn the house down! It's haunted!
Actually, that makes me think. You ever wonder if there are other ghosts haunting this town? I mean, in the original story, Marley wasn't the only dead guy, so do the others ever just screw around with the living?
Anyone else find it weird that while Fred is mentioned by Bob Cratchit, we don't actually see him in this flash forward to learn how he feels about his uncle's death?
Actually, I don't think any adaptation has shown that.
Anyway, this brings us over to Charlton Comics' Big Christmas Book and the character Lil Tomboy. Those of you familiar with my DVD exclusive episodes, which if you're not familiar with those, maybe now's the time to do so and get a real holiday treat.
I can't bring myself to get mad at Linkara's shameless plugging.
We'll be disappointed to learn that this is not the amazingly awesome young superheroine Tomboy who single-handedly brought down a plane full of criminals who were going to bomb some docks to distract city officials while they raided a museum.
I don't know why they needed the bombs. That face is distracting enough.
And when I say brought down a plane, I mean literally caused the plane to crash.
Yeah, I don't know how well that'll go today.
They walk off after repeating that they weren't whispering about anything, and Lil Tomboy spots a newspaper article about a criminal, Dan Dapper.
The Dapper Dans have a surprisingly dark backstory.
Who's been robbing houses lately using his various disguises. She suspects that her parents are worried that their house will be the next target.
Too late, he's already stolen her mouth.
He's no old man, he's Dapper Dan, the robber!
I'm a Dapper Dan man.
Okay, full disclosure, I may have decided to do this story in particular purely because I wanted to use that "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" clip.
Hey, doing a whole review just for one joke is actually surprisingly common.
The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, but our friend could smell evil befouling the air. Though not much he could do, being merely cartoon, based on this square panel, his enemy's the moon.
I mean, fair. Have you seen the lunatic in charge of it?
We are the mighty! We are the moon!
Oh, but we soon see there is more to this tale, for when they fly off, reindeer joyously flail.
I get that it's for the rhyme, but for some reason that term unsettles me.
Remember the cardinal lesson of this season. Don't throw footballs around inside the house.
I don't think we even own a football. Benefits of living in a house of mostly varying types of geeks. This video is fun. A nice start to what would hopefully become an atop the fourth wall Christmas tradition. I'm the reviewer. You review it, I review you.